What's up, employees of Sovereign Childing? We were gonna do a little like vlog thing about the coronavirus, but when I looked up the numbers, you know what numbers I'm talking about, it made me cry. Um, and I don't cry very easily, but it had gone up so much since 12 hours ago when I last checked it and I didn't have much to say for the whole video. It was going to be like 5 minutes long. So instead, we're going to do a Q&A thing. I found some general Q&A questions, and they seem pretty okay. So I'm gonna answer those, and then I have a thing at the end I'm gonna do that I made up myself. So we'll get to that. So first, have you ever met someone famous? Shit, have I? I didn't think about this question before I said it out loud. Have I ever met someone famous? I've met um, a couple of popular in their niche Christian rock singers uh, when I went to their concerts. So I think that's the closest I've gotten. Um, would you like to be famous? Yes, because I want to be a published author. I want to be a best-selling author, and I think I can be. Um, and I want to be famous because that will make my characters famous, and they deserve it. Uh, I owe everything to my characters. They came from my mind, but you know, if you're a writer, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, it's very hard to explain, and it probably sounds weird, but that's okay, because I'm weird. Um, if you could change one thing that happened, what would it be? I'm gonna choose to pick one thing in my personal life, because one thing in general, like, the hell do you pick? There's such a plethora of, oh my god, I could never decide. So, one thing that never happened, I'm gonna say that I wish I had never tried Bluehost. It's like the most recommended blog hosting website. It's so fucking expensive, and I paid for it, and it was still shitty. I found one that let me start up for less than $5 total a month, and that was with add-ons. Ionis, highly recommend it. And that's the only thing I can think of in recent memory I really regret. The thing I regret most in my life is probably a relationship I will never talk about on here, because this is a vlog and it's about my life, but it's just not ever gonna happen. Um, but I might reference it on here a few times, but I made a lot of mistakes in that relationship, so probably actually that. But more recently, Bluehost. Fuck Bluehost. I mean, if you're using it and getting good results, more power to you, but not for me. If you could live anywhere, where would that be? I would go between Creede, Colorado. Creede is a tiny town of less than 1,000 people, where almost said my grandparents, but now it's just my grandmother, has a cabin that we go to and stay at usually during the summer, although we've been doing it less frequently recently. I think she's thinking about selling it, and I pray to God she does not sell it, because I love that house. It's like a second home to me. And the other place would be Port Aransas, Texas. Um, that's a smaller town next to Corpus Christi, Texas. You might have heard of that one. Depends how much you know about Texas. Um, but my family had a share in a condo there, so every so many weeks we would get our time slot to go there, if that makes sense. Like, these people would have it this week, these people would have it that week, and blah blah blah. And we were all equal shareholders, and we paid the rents all together, basically. Um, so those two places, I love the ocean and I love the mountains. I like the colds. I only like the hot when I can be swimming, so makes sense. Um, let's see. Have you ever been in the snow? Yes, I have. Not only did it snow in Texas enough to stick to the ground about 4 years ago in January. It was a January about 4 years ago, I think. But in the aforementioned Creed, Colorado, we once went there for Thanksgiving, and the snow, I was little, but the snow was up to my waist, and that's why we usually only go there for summer vacations because that place, it's high up in the mountains. It does not play with snow. It's also snowed in the summer when we've been there before too. So that's happened. It snowed enough for us to make, for me and my cousin to make small snowmen. Um, who would be your ideal partner? People keep asking me that a lot recently, and you know what? I don't fucking know. Stop asking me. I'm happily single right now. How many times do I have to tell this to people? Leave me alone. I feel like I should just tattoo that on my forehead or something, but maybe someday I want to be in a relationship. So I don't really know. I'm not at a point in my life where I'm thinking about that. That's just how that is. Do you still have your childhood teddy bear? Yes, except it's not a teddy bear. It's a colorful, rattling monkey. I'd go get him, but he's across the room. His name is Geechee Monkey, and I've had him ever since I was born, and I love him still. How many pair of shoes do you have? I have three pairs of shoes. A pair of Doc Martens, which are great. I love them. Doc Martens, highly recommend. They're worth the price. Um, and I don't say that about anything lightly. If I say something's worth the price, I mean it. Um, a pair of just regular shoes I got from like Walmart or Target that are black with sparkles around the bottoms, um, and stars, and my hiking boots that my sister got me for a very early Christmas present this last year. Um, they're mid-range hiking boots, which means they aren't Walmart or Target brands, but they're also not $145. They're in the middle. And they're great. I absolutely love them. Okay. So favorite holiday, beach, mountain, or city? See, that's hard. Like I just said, I love the beach, I love the ocean, and I love the mountains. City, fuck that. No way. I don't give a fuck about the city. Um, but between the other two, man, I can't decide. I really cannot decide. Um, both of them are equally as awesome to me, and I love both of them the same. So I can't decide. Sorry. No answer. Do you like TV talent shows? Not really. I'm not into TV in general. I watch YouTube. Um, I watch Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime. I don't really watch regular TV, so not into it. I don't really care. Um, what's your opinion on reality TV shows? I personally hate to watch them. I think they're boring and annoying and kind of creepy. But if you guys get enjoyment out of them, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying that's how I feel. But yeah, I don't care for them. I'm not one of those people who thinks like their reality stars are like horrible people or something like that. I just don't get the appeal. I mean, I get the appeal, but I don't. Yeah. Do you like scary movies? I do. I'm a bitch, but I do like scary movies. my favorite scary movie is trying to remember the name. Damn it! It's right. The Conjuring 1 and 2, but 1 first, of course. The first one's always best. Uh, I'm a big fan of Ed and Lorraine Warren. I think they're very cool. I've been trying to get my hands on some of their books, but my store's always sold out. Whenever I have money, I'll go look in the proper section, the spirits and ghosts and demonology section, and it won't be there. So I just need to order it. But I think they were very interesting people. I think their stories were true. Not saying the movie depicts them perfectly or anything like that. I think that's definitely exaggerated. But I I I do enjoy scary movies. Although I have yet to see The Grudge and The Ring. I'm actively avoiding those two. Um, I did watch The Poltergeist, the original, and that whole, if you guys remember, going down the stairs upside down and backwards at the same time, freaked me the fuck out. I don't like it when people move in ways that bodies shouldn't move. I don't like that. No. Have you ever fired a real gun? No, I have fired BB guns multiple times, and I've never shot a real bow and arrow, but that's one of the things I'm working on saving up to get, is a real bow and arrow. Not for hunting or anything, just for a hobby, because I think bows and arrows are really cool. I just like them, and I used to play with them a lot as a kid in Creed. We used to get little play sets of them, and I was really good with them. Little cheap things with the suction cups. Last film I watched was Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. My top 4 favorite movies of all time. It's tied for number 1 with 3 other movies. Fantastic movie. I adored it. There are some regrettable parts, but overall, it was great. And yeah, that was the last I watched. Do you like roller coasters? Hell the fuck no, I don't. I went on a roller coaster once. It's called the Steel Eel, and it was in SeaWorld here in San Antonio. And it was the worst, not the worst experience of my life, obviously, but it was the worst experience that was supposed to be fun that I've ever had. I hated it so much, and I will never go on another one unless it is made for like toddlers. So, have you ever cried at a film? I don't know if this question means at a film, like at a film screening, like at the movie theater, in which case, yes, I cried at Rise of Skywalker, just to name one. But also, yes, I cried at movies plenty of times. Um, so, anyway, that's it for that section of Q&As. There's another for about me type sections, so we might do that in another video. But for now, guys, follow your city, state, country's quarantine rules, practice social distancing. Yeah, I was gonna say some stuff, but I don't want to get too heavy right now. We're trying to be light, more lighter, and airy. Um, Visit my website at sovereignchild.net and follow me on Instagram at esoteric_child. Um, I follow back everyone on there, and appreciate you guys for watching, and have a great day, or else.